There's a lot of tear gas in churches in Nyeri.
Yes.
A lot of tear gas, Abuya. What's going on? Kwani wanamwogopa mtu au manini?
Government bloggers, siku hizi nasikia wanaitwa affordable bloggers. They keep on saying that it is Gachagua who is causing all this mayhem. They keep on blaming him. They keep on saying that it is him that is, stage managing all these things so that he gets the sympathy from his supporters. But, we have said on this show before, Jeff, that it is the government that has the monopoly of violence. If the government then is allowing Gachagua to do what he's doing, then they are wrong. Either the government is to blame by either commission or omission. Because I don't want to believe that Gachagua is doing this to himself. I want to believe that these goons are being organized by government operatives, being supported by police, because we saw policemen shooting even the tires of Gachagua's cars and Gachagua and his supporters' cars. Tires. As tires zilikuwa zimekosa nini? And why would a person be brandishing a firearm, shooting in the air and shooting tear gas if he's not a police person?
Right.
So those goons, I want to believe that they are organized by government operatives. They have the state blessings to go and do what they are doing to Gachagua.
Yep.
And Jeff, you can't go that low. This is a church. People are going to worship. Now unaenda kutupa tear gas huko just because of your politics. We should stop this nonsense. We should stop this nonsense. And when you hear Murkomen saying that they're going to take action, which action? These things have been going on over and over, and this is not the first time they are attacking Gachagua. And this script repeats itself because when Raila Odinga was still alive, he had that tag of the Lord of Violence.
Yeah. Because
the government pushed that tag on him. Everywhere Raila went, they organized violence to to follow him, and now became like Raila is the Lord of Violence, and they are trying to keep that tag to Gachagua. They are trying to keep the tag of tribalist, and now they want to give him the tag of Lord of Violence, and he's going to get it because these things are state managed. They are state sponsored.
In fact, without even the sympathy, Kenyans are now not working to see who to give their sympathies. One, they keep saying they're state managed. I want to agree, or I want to understand why Cleophas Malala, who is the deputy party leader of DCP, when he says, then next time they should allow us to retaliate so that they know these people that are fighting us are not us, are not our doing. Because then how do you shake off that tag kwamba these are narrative, these are scripts, and they have kept saying Gachagua is surrounded by script writers, and therefore this is a likelihood that this is a script done by his deputy. So he's saying, he's arguing, supposing they allow them, then that next time they are attacked they retaliate, so that they confirm that truly these are not our people, but they're exercising restraint, they're exercising constraint, and that is why they're not doing anything in that direction. Sympathy. You see, sometimes someone doesn't have to do anything to get the sympathy. When you think you are putting them down, that is when you earn them the sympathy. Because Gachagua, if we spoke about sympathy, we would have sympathized with Gachagua long ago when he was impeached as the deputy president. He earned that sympathy if sympathy was anything to go by. Right now, what the government or the government operatives are doing is they are exonerating Kenyans' reasons not to look their way and look the other direction. Wanasema mti kwa Kiswahili, Gunza will tell you that mti mzuri, mti wenye matunda ndio ufanya nini?
Uporwa.
Kurushiwa mawe.
Si uporwa.
That is why I said Gunza will help. Kurushiwa mawe.
Yes.
One is forced to imagine, could be Gachagua has something for Kenyans. Could be Gachagua is on the right track. That is why he's being frustrated. And we know the history in this country. When someone is up to so much good, they will always meet resistance. If government is uncomfortable with anyone or anything, you will always see them fighting back. And that is what Kenyans are interpreting this for. Not necessarily because of sympathy, but because of facts. Why are they fighting Gachagua? Could it be that he's saying something that is making these guys uncomfortable, giving them every reason to believe that Gachagua is out here on a good for a good cause, and that is exactly where they have put him. Now everyone thinks, or everyone, even those who did not believe in Gachagua, those who did not believe in what they are doing, now have taken a moment to think, wait a minute, why are they doing this to him if he is inconsequential? Why are they so much on his case if he has nothing to offer? Could be he has something to offer, and people will begin listening to, even those who did not listen to Gachagua before.
The government should relax. Even if they fear Gachagua, even if they feel that he might be eating into their vote basket, they should just let him express himself. Let each and every person say his agenda, and then the Kenyans will decide. But if you start then doing what the government is doing, that you are going to frustrate a politician that you feel that is going to eat into your vote basket and make sure that he's not going to sell his message, then we are going down a very slippery slope. Because what happens is that once you do that to Gachagua in whatever Moranga you are doing, then Gachagua will also say Kindiki will not come here and do a rally in Nyeri. And because the government has the monopoly of violence, when the Kenyans come out to fight the way the state is sponsoring goons to go and fight Gachagua, then who will be affected? The same Kenyans, because we will see deaths. We saw children in church crying because of tear gas. Yeah. What does that child know about politics? He or she has no idea about what is happening. But you are just, at times I also fail to understand, because when the government does that, whatever they are doing is that they are radicalizing more the Gachagua supporters, because now they are saying, oh, ni hii mnafanya, sasa you will see, because now they are never going to vote for that government, because they are seeing that you are frustrating their person, and that's the sympathy vote you are talking about.
Jeff, you see, could be they want to scare every church out of hosting Gachagua. But I'm thinking they're using the wrong formula, because with the resolution that we see in Kenyans, with the resolution that we see in people who believe in a cause, I don't think this is the best way to go about it. If you didn't want churches to open doors for Gachagua, then you do the right thing. Demonstrate by deeds, by actualizing what you promise Kenyans, and giving them every reason to listen to you and not listen to Gachagua, so that even if Gachagua came to church, he'd be treated like any other congregant. But if you are not doing the right thing, you're not doing as Kenyans desire, but you do not want churches to open the door for Gachagua, yet he seems to carry the aspirations and the desires and the dreams, the visions of so many people. There's no way there's no church that will get scared, if that is what the government operatives are trying to achieve, that there's no church that will get scared enough to close their doors on Gachagua.
And Jeff, this is the same script President William Ruto used for 10 years. He visited each and every church.
Yes.
He
knew each church back to front. He could sing
Kikuyu, fluent Kikuyu in those songs, the Kikuyu. He could do that. He could go to each and every church in Western Kenya. And that's how he won the presidency, because that's, he says he was prayed into office because he was going to each and every church delivering his message. And they shouldn't be jittery. They should just let Gachagua be. Maybe he's a threat to the powers that be, but they should let him, sell his message.
Let me ask you guys this: how come he's not venturing beyond central Kenya?
No, he is actually. Gachagua is going places. It's only that he concentrates his constituencies in central Kenya. That's why he puts his much energy. But we've seen him even in Kilifi. We saw an interview that he was trying to address the Northeastern people, that journalists from Northeastern never turned up because of one reason or another. So Gachagua has his flaws. But like people used to say, or like Raila used to say, I might not agree with what you want to say, but I will defend the right for you to say it. Let Gachagua just say whatever he's saying.
Leave him be.
As a united opposition, they agreed on something which they have put out in the public, that let every one of us go consolidate their votes in their strongholds.
In their bases, yeah.
That could explain, one, why Gachagua is so much focused in the mountain. Two, you are Gachagua. In your own backyard, you are being terrorized. Imagine planning to go to Nyanza or Uasin Gishu,
for example.
What will happen to you? So this is one man who desires to go wherever he desires to go, but he is constrained by the prevailing circumstances, that he does not enjoy the freedom, as it were, like every other person who can go anywhere and say anything they want. There are those that have been challenging him, that you want to address Northeastern people, but you're calling Northeastern journalists in a hotel in Nairobi or in your home in Karen in Nairobi to address them on matters. Why can't you go do a rally in Northeastern and speak to people there, or do town halls there and speak to the people? I am very sure where Gachagua sits, that is what he would have desired. But if in Nyeri or there he can be meted with such ruthless and serious force, what will happen to him where he has no one who will understand and defend him in those environments? I understand his difficulties. I know he would have done that. I know he desires to do that, not defending him, but looking at it as a Kenyan. If it were me, I would do the same. I would be so reluctant to go anywhere else until I am assured of my safety.
My safety.
Yeah.
Opposition politics has also always been meted with violence from government. If government does not like you, they terrorize you. They, at some point they expect maybe Gachagua will be, arrested and taken in. Just those trumped up charges. You've done this, you've done that, and that's the folly of the opposition politics. And how I wish that the government of the days will change that. They will not weaponize the police against their opponents, that they will not weaponize even the justice system against their opponent, that we just do clean politics such that wewe ukiuza sera zako zikubalike ni sawa, mimi nikiuza sera zangu zikubalike ni sawa, lakini naweza kuwa sikubaliani na wewe. I might not agree with what you are saying, but just say whatever you are saying and let's live as Kenyans.
Education in Kenya is a mess. Grade 10. Shida. Shida.
A grade 6
child
student cannot comprehend what grade 3 requires.
Imagine.
He or she cannot read and comprehend
a story.
Even a story of mathematics for what grade 3 should be doing. Those are 3 grades above. We have a problem in the education sector. The issue is that we are taking knee-jerk reactions to somehow sort these problems. I think we need a comprehensive, analysis of what is wrong with our education system so that we fix it once and for all. Because, Jeff, even the last KCPE results, over 800,000 students, if I'm not wrong, they got... was it 400K? 400,000.
47,000. The E's.
The D plus and below.
The E's.
Those are 400 plus people who are getting D plus and below. Those are students. Okay, you are told that your grade does not determine your life, but we all know if you are getting D plus, where do you start from? Unaanzia certificate ama unaanzia wapi? Because it becomes very difficult for you, and especially in our rural societies where even getting that money to go for education is a luxury, and you are getting a D plus or an E, where do you start from? Hapo ndo naanga mtu anaenda kuwa bodaboda, and that becomes his life.
That's right.
I think our education system is meant in such a way that it's failing a lot of our students. A lot of our kids are leaving schools without knowing what they went to school to do, because they are very kama hapa A's peke yake, the A's were around 2,000 only.
That's it.
A's out of 900 plus people.
900,000
plus people. You are only getting 2,000 A's. and then you are getting 400 plus, D plus and below. And then this, the majority now are here, C and C plus.
If a grade 6 student who is preparing for their KPSEA examination to get into the junior secondary can't comprehend a standard 3 or grade 3 storybook or mathematics, then there's a problem. These grade 10s that are now joining school, we are told most of them didn't have enough trained teachers to see them prepared for what they are getting into today, you know, because it was a hurried process. It was an ill-prepared process. That is where it gets them. So if we say this about grade 6 today, these grade 10s that were ill-prepared for the grade 10, what are we going to say about them tomorrow? Are we going to see another report saying most grade 10s can't comprehend what a grade 6 is doing? You know. So first, we've compromised on quality because of our ill-preparedness. We don't prepare well for this. We keep calling them. Someone asked, when are we going to end the transition? Because we keep saying transitioning from this curricula to the other. When are we going to begin the learning? You know. Now we have the students and the pupils in school and class. We talk about capitation. We have those that are unable to go to school because of lack of school fees. We have those that have been told as the president issued a directive that regardless of whether you have school uniform or school fees, you have to go to school. Now you are telling even those that have money now to sit back and say we do not have, we will take advantage of the president's directive and join. Where do you leave these schools? Principals are complaining. Today, as the government prides of having sent capitation as it is, principals are saying of the 22,000 shillings that we are supposed to receive, we have only received 6,000 or 7,000 shillings per pupil, per student. If it were, there's a formula on how they disburse this 22,000 per year. If it is supposed to be 7,000 shillings, say, for the first term, a school has 5,000 shillings. As they speak, they have debts from last year. Someone says from last year, every pupil is owed 14,000 shillings from the government. If you put together, that is almost the same amount that is expected to be disbursed this year, 20 and about thousands of shillings for these pupils. Surely, how do you expect a system to pick with all these problems bedeviling it?
And I hear there's a story that was done that a head teacher had been assigned to a school 3 years ago.
Yes, we even mentioned it last.
Yes.
In fact, it is in Siris. It was in Sirisia.
Yes.
He assigned 3 years ago, 2023 or 20. To date, he has never reported, but he's still a teacher.
And he's still earning.
I'm sure he is still a head teacher
somewhere,
earning a salary of a head teacher somewhere.
But gentlemen, on a very serious note, if we're going like this with education, is Singapore tutafika?
and the education system is messed up from the pre-primary. From pre-primary, even governors are doing shoddy work of nursery and schools ECD. They are doing some very shoddy work with the ECDs. Come to primary school, messed at least primary school the way it used to be, because it has been here for a while. From class 1 to class 4, there is some stability. Sasa shida inaanzia
lower primary.
Tena shida inaanzia grade 4. That's now where we have lots of issues, and how I just hope that the president, when he came in, he came up with that presidential task force on education to try and address some of these issues. Unfortunately, the court said it was unconstitutional. But the thing is that we need a way of fine-tuning whatever that is happening in the education system.
Nikubaya.
Because if we don't,
Yeah.
we are messing up our children.
Absolutely. Mama Aida is about to become Ambassador
Ambassador.
Aida. Ish.
Mama Aida has every right, like every other Kenyan, to be appointed in whatever position and take and work for Kenyans. And we believe that the doctor that she is, she can do a fantastic job at it. But you see, sometimes one will stop and ask, if Raila Odinga was alive and wanted Aida Odinga to have the best job in the world, do you think Aida would not have that job today? Just stop and think.
Yes.
Would Aida Odinga not have the biggest job she would ever desire in this world if Raila Odinga was alive today? But that was never priority.
No.
For neither Aida or Raila or the Odingas. Raila is dead, and now Mama Aida has been offered a job. Your guess is as good as mine. With the jostling of who is to lead ODM and where should ODM be in 2027 and all these, there's so much to read in between the lines. We love Mama Aida, we support her, but there's just the timing, and there's just so much to read between the lines.
Like Ruto says, the timing of it and how the things are with the jostling in the ODM, you know, there has been those rumors that there is some part of ODM that does not want to, you know, go in a coalition with the President William Ruto in 2027. And some are reading that this is part of the ploy by President Ruto to make sure that Winnie Odinga and Aida Odinga and all like Nasifuna then conform and support him his bid in 2027. Aida is an institution. Aida is not a small person. He's not a me. You know, I'm imagining during vetting, what question Junet will ask Aida. What will he ask him to? As who? Really Odhiambo ask Aida Odinga in a panel that I want now Odinga, the Aida has gone before Parliament that is now seeking a job. What questions will she be asked? You know, to me she's beyond this UNEP and ambassadorial positions, because I don't imagine Aida Odinga going to sit before those MPs for an interview. Watamuuliza nini? What will Opondo Kaluma ask Aida Odinga? Which question will he ask even?
Yes.
Because they will see Aida and tremble. Because Aida is an institution
on her own. And you know, some of those people in ODM will tell you that they owe their political life to Aida Odinga. Forget even about Raila Odinga, because if Aida said ni Gladys Wanga anaenda kuwa governor, he definitely will get that ticket because of Aida Odinga. Yes.
And you know the role a wife plays. You know, Bibi are very powerful. You might be, Raila will be appearing tough and big huku nje, lakini akifika kwa nyumba ni Aida anazungumza. And so she has a right, like Ruto said, she can serve in any position, but for me I think she will have just relaxed people to take care of her. She's too big for this,
for that position.
Hata hizo ng'ombe zilipelekwa huko atasurvive nazo.
Hata hizo ng'ombe zinaweza mtosha paka, you know,
paka milele na milele.
Zilipelekwa mingi. To me I think Aida is too big for this. But we will be speaking today. I would want to hear what she has to say.
Okay.
She'll be having an interview with Yvonne.
Tonight, huh?
Yes, tonight. Nice. And I will just want to hear her thought and what he envisages and what he has plans for ODM, because as of now there are two camps in ODM.
Correct.
There's Linda Ground, then there's Linda Wananchi.
Linda Wananchi.
Linda Ground.
That is led by Oburu Odinga.
Yes, and then Linda Wananchi.
Gladys Wanga. That one now seeks to ensure that they
two-term is a reality.
The two-term happens.
Yes.
And then there's Linda Wananchi. This one is saying,
this is
about the ground. Can we just talk about
the common Wananchi?
What does Wananchi want?
This is Winnie,
Junior,
Sifuna,
Babu, Kinototi,
Orengo pia.
And so there are two camps there. Whether you know, the two-term brigade has the blessings of the state. and so they can bulldoze some of these things and make sure that the two-term brigade then remains with the main ODM.
Right.
But there's a possibility of ODM Wasili.